I became the person that you see today. I have created everything that I have because I became. Because in order to learn, you have to become first. If I'm gonna learn this, I need to have the patience, I need to delay the gratification, I need to dive deep into whatever it is I wanna learn. If I wanna attract or gravitate towards this, I need to first become. Right, so here we go. Second show is going to be second podcast. I still need y'all feedback. What should this show be called? Should it be the Power Up Show, Power Up Podcast, or should we just leave it as CEO Gangsta? Not liking the ring to that too much, so let me know. The second show is going to be about how to be on a movie. All right, if you're aspiring to be an actor, I'm going to give you my feedback. I am no expert at anything acting. All right, but I am accredited in knowing who you have to become in order to fill the roles in whatever part of your life that you want to fill. All right, so just to give you a little background, a little context on how I got on this last movie. I used to train Rich. I used to coach Rich, like personally train at a gym years ago, who is the producer and creator. Him and his wife, Miasha, are the producers and creators of Secret Society. It was a book written years ago. They just turned it into a movie. And just about 2 years ago, he got into the filming world, right? He started to produce the first movie, had me in mind, reached out to me, and wanted to get me on part 2 and now part 3. So how is it that I got on the movie? What did I present, or what was it that caught the attention of the people that wanted to get me on the movie? Very simple, guys, all right? If you have the look, you always have to have the look. If you're wherever, trying to get into a role of a woman, make sure you have the look. If you're trying to get into a role of a woman, you have to have aesthetics. You have to have, or at least be confident in your presence. Again, I know how to teach you to become the person that you need to become to fill the roles that you are trying to fill. It's becoming that person first. So he knew I had the look, but I did not have the skill. But you know what he did know I had? I had the drive and I had the work ethic. And I want to emphasize on work ethic, okay? Him knowing me, that I didn't have to know how to act. I just knew, all he knew was that I was gonna get the shit done. All right, I hired an acting coach about 3 weeks prior to starting to film, and I learned how to fucking act, right? I learned everything, the in and outs, how to get into, the energy of the character before then. Fuck the script, fuck the what they call it, the lines, the sides. I'm not one who's gonna give you advice on acting. I'm just gonna give you what my take was on who I had to become in order to fill this role. And this was a huge role. I was probably one of the actors on the film that got the most camera time. All right, but he knew that I had the work ethic, and again, emphasize on that work ethic. And it's not just work ethic in one small project. It's him seeing me. 2019, he's known me, going on 5 years, and seeing how persistently aggressive I've been in becoming the motherfucker that I am today, that he's like, Eddie's gonna get the job done. Right? Eddie's gonna, so much that in part 2, I have my long hair, cut it off in part 3, me thinking like, okay, in part 2, I escaped prison, part 3, we can play out as a guy that cut it off. There's a couple roles that I had to do that were, flashbacks from part 2, and guess what? We got it done. He knew that I was gonna do whatever it took to fit back in that role. And to fit that role and play the fucking role to the best. There is nobody else besides obviously, more higher paid actors, but there was nobody else that could have filled that role like the way that Rich and Miasha wanted to, besides myself. And I became that motherfucker. I became the person that you see today. I have created everything that I have because I became. That's it. I became. That's it. It's not that I learned, because in order to learn, you have to become first. right? If I'm gonna learn this, I need to have the patience, I need to delay the gratification, all right? I need to dive deep into whatever it is I wanna learn. If I wanna attract or gravitate towards this, I need to first become. And this is what I specialize in. I help people become through the vehicle of exercise and nutrition. That is just the vehicle, because that is the vehicle that you're in full control over. You are in full control over what you eat, right? Fuck all the excuses that you have, that your family and your culture and all this and all the food that's at home. You still have control over what you put in your mouth. Nobody's force feeding you, all right? And you still have control over getting your lazy ass off of your ass and getting your ass in motion, all right? So that's the best vehicle in order to really get to learn who the fuck you really are. And that's how I got on the movie, guys. If you want to get on the movie, first become. Stop thinking you have to go to an acting school. You have to, get into this room of people. That's all supplemental. That's what you do after the fact, that you become first. And that's how I got in the movie.